Hello everyone, Joellen here, and welcome to Washed in Watercolor. Today's inspiration is this beautiful floral photograph. I love painting all the subtle values and color shifts of white flowers. Here is a list of materials for this demonstration. I'll begin by removing last week's demonstration. I'll then tape off the edges of my paper. This will give my work a nice clean finish. I'll quickly sketch out the flowers, thinking of each shape having a spherical form. Since my demonstrations are not too long, I'll move through this fairly quickly, but I suggest if you're painting along that you take your time and sketch things out as accurately as you can. Using my PBO masking fluid and a treated brush, I will mask out the perimeters of the forms. I'll make sure the areas I masked are 100% dry before I paint. I'll begin by wetting my palette and cleaning off any old paint. With clean water, I'll wet the entire background. I'll start by dropping in my lightest color. I'll start with my lemon yellow and then move to Windsor orange, quinacridone magenta, and Windsor violet. Working wet and wet, the colors should spread evenly together. Tilt my paper back and forth to help evenly distribute the paint. This next part is a little tricky. While my paper is still wet, I'll use a brush that doesn't hold a lot of water. I'll pick up a little bit of shadow green and add that to my semi-dry or wet wash, and that way I'll get some darker bits of color that will be soft and diffused. I'm thinking about maybe the back branches or the back leaves or stems. It's really easy to create a blossom, so you may decide to skip this stage. Next, use my gum eraser to lift off any of my masking. I'll try to avoid the masking in the interior sections just because I want to retain that for when I paint the flower or petals. This can be a lot of work. I'll next add some lemon yellow to the center of the flowers. I'll touch in some winter orange into the wet yellow area. Using a combination of purple orange and a little bit of green, I'll begin shaping the petals. I'll keep my wash pretty light by adding a lot of water to my mixture. Shape or form the petals by painting the negative area or painting around the petal using the white paper to create the petal and a darker color to create the shadow. If my wash becomes too dark, I'll use a paper towel to absorb some of the paint and make it just a little bit lighter. need to get some darker values into my work, so I thought it would be pretty helpful to go in and paint the leaves. When I'm pretty happy with the shapes of my petals and I feel like I have retained the form, I will then take off the rest of my masking fluid. I really want the flowers to jump off the page, and I feel in order to do that I have to darken the background. So I'll wet my paper and just add paint again. I'll continue to darken the shadowed areas of my flowers. Some of my edges are sloppy or need to be softened, so I'll use my handy little flat brush to scrub and soften the edges. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration and you give it a try. Thanks for watching.